Hi, this is Stuart Shumway. This video clip explains how to create a quiz from existing questions. This is in a Moodle account. So in your practice account, practice teacher account, you'll want to make sure that editing is on. So up in the upper right, and come down to the section that you want to add a quiz to. Add an activity, it's under the activities. So when you say add quiz, you give it a name. In the timing, you could make it not available until a certain date and make it available only until a certain time. You could give it a time limit, like a 2-hour time limit. In the grades, I like to leave the attempts allowed unlimited because I'm set up for mastery based. So they stay on the topic until they master it. So redos are just the way we do business in my class. The highest grade is the one reported. When I view it, I have to select highest grade only, but that's fine. Question behavior. Deferred feedback, maybe you want to put that to immediate feedback so that when they click on check, they can get it right away. Adaptive mode is set up that way also. I suppose there are more features coming on the adaptive mode. I haven't used any of those yet. You can restrict the access, so you could have a grade on another assignment. You could make sure that they have to do this one first before they do the next one, and they have to get it 85% before this even becomes available, that kind of thing. But right now we'll just leave that open. And so if you are going to restrict it, you probably want to leave it grayed out so they know there's something there, but it's not available yet. So now when I save that quiz and then click on the name of that quiz, I haven't put any questions in it yet, so it says no questions have been added. But if I click on edit quiz, it brings me into all of the questions that I have written for this course. And this particular one is the one that I want for sure in there, so I'm just going to add that one directly. But I want to show you another way to add quiz questions. Let's say I want to also add one from the extra credit category, but I don't want to add all 33. I just want to add one at random. So this bottom part here says, well, instead of adding directly, let's add one at random from this group that I have currently up. So if I add one of those from that group of 33, likely each student will get a different extra credit. So let's say you're doing a review on a long, quite lengthy module. You might have way more questions than you want to put on a final. So you might use it that way. You might say, well, give me 10 questions out of exponential equations or whatever, so that you don't have to do so many. But if the student does a redo, they might get different questions, and so they have to study all of the material. Anyways, that's just one of the ways I use that feature, adding random questions. You can throw in review items from previous modules, one or two here and there. That's another way to use that to keep those concepts fresh. So now if you click out, go back to the ACT homepage, ACT Math Prep homepage. So now when it has created the quiz, it added those 2 questions. So now when I click on that, it allows me as a teacher to review that. As a student, they would just go straight to it, preview it. Okay, so the students would see this, and then when they're done with that, they could check their answer. That's the immediate feedback piece. And then they get another question. And anyways, that's just for a teacher to check and see what you have put into the quiz to make sure you have in there what you wanted in there.